We are recording.
This track doesn't work. What a terrible start.
Unfortunate.
That sucks. This sucks.
This one works.
Already
Okay, here we
sucks.
go. So we are playing The Quiet Year. It is a game by Avery Alder, who makes fantastic games, as Monster Hearts 2, which we have played on this channel, and I've played in person several times. But today we are playing The Quiet Year. And I'm joined by Tom, Dave, and Maria for our first session. We will also be playing with Chris and Jason at points in time.
Hello.
And Jason has already contributed, so I don't have like a full-out written like intro statement, but so the basic premise of this game and the world we are going to be playing in when we get to our fantasy game is that we are playing a group of settlers who were displeased and uncomfortable with the way their kind of the main continent they lived on was going. It is a world that is very dangerous in the wilderness. There is magic and creatures abound, as well as several nations at war with one another. So these settlers, led by a specific settler named Allora, found a island. Specifically, Allora found an island called it and named it Delos Island, braving the wilderness alone, and found a place to settle. A tall peak atop a mountain. It is an icy land, but free of most of the dangers that exist on this island and of the outside world. And this place was named for her, Allora's Peak. So we are playing the settlement. Basically, the way this game works, we are not playing specific characters. NPCs might be created, but we don't take ownership of them. So, like, let's say Tom creates a leader. Dave might do something with that leader next. So you can like things we create together, but everything is up for grabs for everyone.
Everything is fair game, so don't love any of your
And
games.
nothing, no matter what, no one you create in this world will be someone we play when we actually play the game. So they might show up as an NPC, but you will not be able to create a player character during this session.
It's almost like we're basically making the lore of the world that we would be playing a game in.
Kinda, it's
our history, essentially.
Yeah, the history and kind of the beginning of the settlement where our story will take place when we get there. So before we actually start drawing cards, the first thing is there is going to be some scarcities and abundances. And we're going to go around and everyone's going to add... Chris did not text me back, so he's not going to participate. But we're going to have slightly more scarcities than abundances as we begin to settle into Allora's Peak. The first scarcity, which was contributed by Jason, is warmth. Obviously, this is an icy peak. It is hard to stay warm, so that is an issue we will have to deal with.
Is somebody writing this down?
I am. Yeah, I am writing the scarcities and abundances down.
Really quick, just as a technical thing.
Yes.
Should we be muted on Roll20? Like, is it recording? What's it recording right now?
It's just recording my screen. I don't hear any reverb or anything.
You are muted on Roll20, at least for me. I think it's personal. But
yeah, we both muted ourselves.
It's recording us, right? And
everything? I'm just using OBS to record my screen. I'm not I'm not recording Roll20 or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure we didn't waste everyone's time.
Yeah.
Well, we're not streaming. To be clear, this is just recording.
Well, I'm out of here.
Yeah. We're not. Yeah, nobody can see that. We're basically recording in case this is cool and we want to air it, but we don't care.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure we didn't do a whole thing. And it's like, Tom, we couldn't hear you at all.
Tom, you were gone the whole time. It's fuck.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna have some real wingers in this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing we'll do is contribute to the scarcities and abundances. So let's say Maria, what you can do a scarcity or abundance. We're gonna have one more scarcity than abundance when we start.
And we're just pulling these out of our hat.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think?
We're on a mountain, not like the top of a mountain.
Pretty close to the top. It is a plateau near the top of a mountain.
Okay.
Scarcity is warmth.
Scarcity.
Yes. First in scarcity is warmth.
Abundance of snow.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it, sure.
I was kidding, but no.
It's not gonna be useful. Okay.
I put.
It could also be. It could also. It doesn't have to be necessarily like a tangible thing. You could have an abundance of community because we are all these people together. We have a common goal. It could also be a scarcity of relaxation as we are constantly going to have to work in this environment to survive. It could be something like that as well.
I'm learning that I don't know how to spell scarcity, but that's fine. It's fine. I think we have an abundance of community.
Okay, cool.
We have an
Do you actually
abundance of
type
hope.
into Roll20? I was gonna list them all in the chat part of it. I'm new at Roll20. Sorry, everybody.
Oh no, me too. I've used it maybe twice.
Yeah.
I'm actually making. I don't know if y'all can see it. You can zoom in and out on Roll20.
Yeah.
I'm actually making a scarcity and abundance list in Roll20.
Yeah.
I'm writing mine down, too. Dave, your turn.
I refuse to write anything down.
My friend, I'll be listening.
We have a. Let's see. So we're a bunch of essentially pilgrims who kind of moved away because we didn't like the mainland, and now we're living on a mountain because it's the only safe place in the world. We have a scarcity of
morals.
Or Tom, if you have one, you can go as well.
I do have one.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a scarcity?
No, it can be abundance.
Okay, we have an abundance of fresh water.
Okay.
It might be under ice.
There's like
though.
a mountaintop spring or something.
Yeah, like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's under ice, but we can cut through ice.
Yeah, okay, then Dave, you have to do scarcity, and I will do a scarcity as well.
Okay.
Because we need to have more scarcities and abundances.
We have a scarce... Do you got one? I'm still thinking of how I want to word it.
Sounds like you're ready, but you're not.
I'm gonna do mine of we have a scarcity of relaxation. There's just not it is a pretty high stress situation and people are fairly tense as it is a hefty workload.
Makes sense.
I
think that that's kind of a better way to word the one that I was thinking of, because I was thinking we were all very scared to move too far away from our safe little settlement because everything's so. Mm-hmm. So we have an abundance of fear.
A scarcity of bravery.
I was gonna say a scarcity of courage, but that sounded weird.
That could work. Yeah, I mean it could be a scarcity of. I mean, it could even be like land necessarily. We don't have we're just kind of we have this place and that's all we have. Or you could do scarcity of or even explorers. We are in this place, but that's all. Part of the story too, as well as after taking us to this place, Allora has left. This peak was named after her, but she is by trade a wanderer and did not stay with us.
Oh.
So it could be we don't have any explorers to really help us figure out what's on this island.
Yeah.
Now,
what
came up with the Allora stuff, by the way? Is that something you wrote before this? Oh,
it's something I wrote previously.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a kind of standing. It could be just going off of that, Dave. It could be a scarcity of knowledge, because why would we be scared? We don't know
terrain knowledge.
There. Yeah.
All right, just say
scarcity of exploration.
A scarcity of exploration, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
We've stuck really close because because I want to say it's out of fear though. So I want to say a scarcity of courage. Let's just say.
Okay. Let's just do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does that mean we're always going to be scared?
No. I will put exploration / courage to kind of know what it's based on. We have lack of exploration, but because we are afraid of exploring.
Well, they could be. I mean, it could devolve into other things. They're just fucking scared of anything they can't explain. And it's just that starts.
Let's keep it with this right now. Let's not go too far into it.
I said fresh water, dude. This big notion of courage and exploration.
Okay, now everyone is going to add one. The four of us are going to add one thing to the map. You can say it first and then draw it casually during other people's turns, but a landmark or something in the beginning of this town. Let me read the actual passage to give you guys the exact definition.
That was my thing.
I can't hear him. Can you?
No, he's not talking. He's just.
I'm not talking. Sketching terrain.
Yeah.
General landscape for the map could be 2 minutes at most. Just a simple detail, like a tree. It could be Tom could do your freshwater spring, where we do it. That would be a good one. Could be this is where the general house is. Where we're planning to set up the houses, stuff like that. Just basic stuff. More landmarks than actual buildings.
Yeah. To draw in Roll20, by the way, on the left side, you go to the eye, and then go to freehand. You can pick your color, you can pick your size,
the eye.
And then you just go.
The eye. The eye.
Or, sorry, the second symbol.
The paintbrush?
Paintbrush.
Yeah. Well, okay, by default it's a paintbrush. I had it as an eye for the text. But yes, the paintbrush. You go to freehand.
Okay. No,
I see. I thought maybe it was since you're a little bit younger than us, I'm did they change what the paintbrush was?
No.
Should we draw different colors, by the way? Should we all pick one?
Sure.
No, well, we can, but it's going to...
Yeah.
We're making the same map.
Yeah, that's true, because we will switching things out, so it like, you might start something and I might finish it, so that you don't necessarily need to do that.
Like, you can make a tree with, like, brown, and then go back with green and be like, wow, I'm a tree.
How come I'm trying
so
to
glad
change the color,
last,
and it's not letting me do it.
Constructing a really crazy map.
Pressing freehand, and then it changes it to, like, this teal color.
Okay, so you're on freehand, right?
Yeah.
When you push freehand, you should get a pop-up that has a colored box, a transparent box, and then a little drop-down menu.
Yeah, I do that. I click the black one, and then
how do I delete that?
Okay, there we go. How do I delete these now?
You go back to that top section, the one that says select move. You can drag a box around it and then just hit delete.
Gotcha.
You can technically only do that for your own thing, so we aren't gonna accidentally delete each other's stuff.
My landmark is gonna be the actual peak. Like, we are not on the actual peak of the mountain, but we're very close by. It's like, it's within, like, you could...
We're on the slope of the mountain?
Yeah, we're on a plateau. We're on a plateau before the actual peak.
Okay. I will draw my freshwater, so...
Whose
the freshwater would have
is this?
This is my mountain peak.
Oh, fantastic. Good.
Are you saying it's a month?
The freshwater will come...
Yes.
Some of us, as in one of us, is not an artist.
Yeah, out of the four of us.
But we are all...
I don't know.
Full of heart. Oh, yeah. Hell yes. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, you picked blue, huh?
We don't have to have proprietary colors.
Yeah. So we're not, you're drawing what's on the map, not you're drawing, like...
Well, this is actually going to be...
dark blue, and Ty is not light blue. Yeah. We are drawing a map. Use the color that
it probably also rolls off the mountain, too.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So is this lake on our plateau?
Can I, like, erase just a little piece?
Yeah. Or spring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can also...
So it's like a pond. It's not like a huge thing, but we can put it in the center of our village.
Like I like it.
I kind of want to draw. Well, okay. So so is this perspective, or is this just the lake gets bigger?
It's thinking way too hard about this, but yes, it's perspective.
Okay. That's what I want to draw.
Coming off the peak and coming towards us in 1 point perspective.
Oh, does this not want to work with my Cintiq?
I will do whatever I can.
Yeah, I tried using it with my
doesn't want to
Should we be naming these as we?
You should be naming those as well.
Name
so we have
the pond.
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah, you can if you want to. Yeah. You don't have to have an official. I don't know how to re-edit.
You just do the select move, the little cursor, and then you just double click the words. What is this?
I'm drawing a forest that surrounds everything that we don't like to go in.
Hell yeah! All right, cool. Also, we're gonna be adding to this map a lot, so like, don't make.
Yeah, you don't want to take up a ton of space. There's gonna be a lot there.
There's gonna be a lot of things.
Maybe I'll just make it where I.
Do you have a name, Tom? You want it?
No, that's okay.
Okay, then
name everything.
I'm going.
I used all the names I know in my book. You guys are gonna.
You're named out. Also, we're out of music.
Call it the Howling Shore.
Just freshwater spring, and we can name things later if we feel like it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a tower. I'm gonna put it kind of close to the base of the...
Is it a natural structure or homemade?
Homemade.
Homemade.
I think that it is both. I think that it was a large rock that fell off the mountain, and then it was kind of built on to make it like a... Like, they don't explore places, but they do like to see where they're, see what's around, make sure that...
it's like an observation rock.
It's almost like it was built to be an excuse for the people who wanted to leave. Like, look, I can see all the way over there, and there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Dave, did you get your tablet to work with this?
No, I'm just using my mouse.
Me and Dave are pretty decent with mouse. How do I delete just, like, the little... You see the part of the lake that, like...
Good
Can
question.
I delete just that?
You can paint in white, I know, but that's about it. I don't know if there's an erase button.
Why did my tab crash? Restore this tab, please.
Alright, whatever.
How interesting that was. It was all of your trees. You made Roll20 crash.
All these graphical trees crashed the fucking Roll20.
The whole thing.
Okay.
Broke.
That's the end of the setup. So we're going to take turns, basically. We are playing through a season. I don't know if we'll actually finish this. The season will finish once we finish the hearts. I don't know if we'll actually get through a season today or just part of one. But a turn consists of 3 things. You will start by drawing a card, which will offer you a choice, as is in the PDF you guys can read. Especially in spring, the choices can be good or bad. Don't always go to the good choice. You know, the point is to tell a good story and have conflict, so don't always choose like, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. Try to make some good, some bad, whatever would tell a good story. So the first thing you do is you play a card. The second, and do whatever the card says. The second is you will adjust the dice. So something else we will do in this game, whether by cards or by choice, is create projects. The projects
really quick. I don't know where the PDF is.
It should be in I'm sharing my screen.
No, your stream stopped because we didn't do any because no one looked at it. And it got sad. And
wow! Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well, I was in it, and then it was like the stream stopped.
Yeah, so you do have to look at it because you'll be reading it when your turn comes up.
I see. Oh, I see now.
So the first thing we'll do is draw cards. Second thing we do is we adjust dice. So something that'll come up is projects. Let's say one of the projects where, like, let's say on my turn, the third thing we do is you take an action. Let's say my action is to start the project of. I want to address the problem of warmth, where I want to make sure we start exploring enough outside to where we can try to find something to maybe skin and kill for furs to stay warm. So that's gonna be my first project, is maybe assembling a hunting party. How long will that take to train people and assemble them? It can be anywhere from 1 to 6 weeks. 6 weeks is the max. Let's say I choose 3 weeks. So now during the next 3 turns, every turn my dice will drop down. So it goes from 3 to 2 to 1. And then at the end of the project, whoever started the project will tell you what happened with it. And it might not always be what you expect. There might have been issues. There might have been problems. It might go a different way. Like, there was, we have a problem with courage of exploration. So it is a very small, like 2-person force, just a partner of people that are willing to do this. And, and they have this name, whatever it would be. Okay. And then that's a project, and then that would be something that is, I will draw on the map and would be contributed to the lore of this story. That makes sense?
Yes. What kind of dice should we use?
You don't. D6. If you want to keep track of projects, you can grab a D6, but you absolutely don't need to.
I've got a list started on Roll20.
I've got a whole fuck ton of D6s.
Yeah. You can if you want to. Yeah, if you want to do it in have physical dice, just have a D6 and then, like, on a piece of paper write, like, oh, this is for my project, and then every turn move it down 1.
Yeah, I've got. I'll keep track of it on Roll20.
Yeah, I'm also writing it down. During your turn, at the end of your turn. So the first thing was draw a card. Second thing was we reduce all the project dice, and there will be much like the Adventure Zone. There are some world events that will happen after a certain amount of weeks that I have written down personally. I don't know if we'll get to them today, but
is this like a post-apocalypse thing?
No.
Oh, because I see like an abandoned train car.
Can be. It could be any setting you want. Yeah. It could be fantasy. It could be.
Is ours like specifically a fantasy thing? Just
but it could be anything.
Wanted to do something like D&D again.
Yes.
Okay.
It wouldn't be D&D though. We'd probably use Cypher. Is what you were saying.
It's Cypher system. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Just understanding.
So at the end of your turn, the last thing you do is there are 3 actions you can take. You can discover something new. This could be any sort of new discovery. It could be a person. It could be like a resource. It could be anything you decide. Let me just make sure. Hold it. Discover something new. Introduce a new situation. Could be a problem, opportunity, a bit of both. Draw that situation onto the map. It should be small and simple. Finish under 30 seconds. When things seem too controlled or easy, we can use this to introduce new issues or dilemmas. And if an individual character gets named, we can record those names somewhere. The second option is hold a discussion. You can choose to open with a question or a statement, starting with you and going. We'll have a turn. Each player gets to weigh in once with a sentence of 1 or 2. If you started with a question, you get to weigh in last. If you open with a statement, that's it. So the discussion could be like, let's say at the end of the turn, the warmth thing. Let's say I said, okay, I don't really want to go down and hunt. It seems real dangerous. How are we going to fix this? And then Dave would just be another character in the settlement and just say 1 or 2 sentences about what he's thinking. And then we would go around in a circle. Everyone says it. And then I say something else to finish
Tree bark shirts.
Yep, that's basically all you would have to do.
It's good.
It's just to kind of like flesh out generally what the community is thinking vis-a-vis us 4 people with our 4 brain cells.
Exactly. And you could have a character that shows up in there like that you want to, that could be an NPC as well. And the last thing, as described before, is start a project. Choose a situation and declare what the community will do to resolve it. There's no agreeing or disagreeing. The community simply begins to work. As a group, quickly decide how many weeks the project would take to complete, 1 to 6. It's generally the person doing it, says like, oh, I want it to be this much, but there can be debate. Like, if I say, oh, I want to create a staircase down, it's going to take a week, it'd be like, well, okay, probably not. There's also if someone does something you don't like, you can take a contempt token. It doesn't do anything, it just means you don't like it. You also don't have to explain it, it's just contempt for what they did. Terrible sins they committed.
Did you want to go first then, so you can kind of walk
I'll go first. Yeah, so I will draw my first card. I have a 6, so if you guys draw 6, that will no longer be in the deck. A 6 is...
We can always just take it out of our decks, too.
If you want to.
Well, I mean, if they're upside down, we probably shouldn't take them out of our decks, because we'd have
you'd have to shuffle it. You have to do it every single time.
It's basically just you pick it up. Yeah. Well, no, just pick it up, ask anybody get 6. If somebody's like, yes, I got a 6, then you put it away.
What's funny is I already pulled it out because it would have been the next thing I pulled.
Awesome. Okay, so number 6. Are there any children in this community? If there are, what is their role here? And then, how old are the oldest members of the community, and what unique needs do they have?
So old.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do.
Years old.
Okay. I'm gonna do. So this is something we haven't. Once again, we haven't discussed a ton of the fantasy setting. Just what I briefly messaged in one of the chats. But another thing about this world is that if any sort of fantasy race is gonna fly, there isn't any sort of restrictions to that. So
can we just be all frogs? Can we just be frogs?
I got a spring.
The oldest member of the community is in their late 600s. It is a fairly massive snail named Hutch.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Wait, what was Hutch from?
Yeah, she was from our last game we played, Die Laughing, but I love that name.
Hutch.
Hutch's unique needs is that he...
fucking snail!
He's a fucking... What are you gonna do, Hutch?
How did I get here?
He loves... Hutch loves fresh fruit, and there's not a lot around.
Well, that's gonna have to fucking starve about it.
His unique need is that he just, that's his jam, especially at this age. He loves a nice, good mashed banana, and that's not plentiful here.
There's no bananas. We haven't explored enough to find
no nanas for Hutch.
Those mountain fruits.
Okay, so that was my first action. There are no project collects except the world clock, so nothing else goes down. And then I will start a project.
Get Hutch some nanas.
That is not the fucking priority here.
Listen, it is right now.
We don't really have a lot here. We don't have houses and stuff.
I'm taking a contempt token.
The banana farm should be the first project.
In 700 years? Oh, you mean Saint Hutch?
My first project is going to be, trying to establish something in Watcher's Post that lets us see down the mountain and maybe into the forest more to get a better, especially because we're still afraid of our surroundings, utilizing that tower to really get a good view of what's around us and what resources we might have. So I'm going to say kind of we don't have a plan yet. That's the plan. Is some sort of way to do that.
Enhance Watcher's Post.
No, you can't. Not yet.
Yeah,
you can take it. Hold the discussion afterward.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
I'm gonna say that's gonna take about 3 weeks. It's not currently we're just kind of planning on it. We might come up with something small, but it's not gonna be a massive structure.
Anything yet? You just kind of want to figure out what you could do.
Yeah. So the enhanced kind of visuals.
So when you set up a project, it's more like you have a problem you want solved.
Yeah, or it could. No, it doesn't have to be vague. It could be. I could have done Hush's Nanas, and I could have been like, we are going to find the bananas or create a banana farm here, and it's going to take me as long as it needs.
First, we're going to have to terraform this world.
What's going to happen in 6
weeks? And it'll take 1 week.
It'll take a week.
You know that the first time we move out of our town and we discover a tropical jungle, we are calling it Hutch's Jungle.
Hutch's Hollow.
Hutch's Hollow. And that is it for my turn. Maria, do you want to go next?
I will absolutely love to go next. Okay. Oh, you need to draw something on Watcher's Post.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay, I'm gonna do.
Doodle your thing.
I will do it while you talk.
Okay. Oh well, look at that. It was a 6. I got an 8.
Got an 8.
Did.
So an 8. I will open the thing.
Thank you.
You can read it.
I will. An old piece of machinery is discovered, broken but perhaps repairable. What is it? What would it be useful for? Or an old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed and dangerous. How does the community destroy it?
Did you find it in the fucking forest?
Oh, Maria, you weren't in the chat when we did talk about this, but this is the fantasy world we're going to be playing in. It kind of has a Final Fantasy 14-esque level of technology where it's not super not everyone has it, but guns do exist. Like it is seen around, like airships.
Steampunk fantasy.
Yes.
Steampunk fantasy.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. I think that there is an old piece of machinery that is discovered in the lake, in the pond, the big water stuff. I think that it is
a banana farm.
Finally,
a banana replicator.
I think that it is something that can be salvageable. So, I think that what it.
Did your booba?
Their eyes.
I think that what is discovered is well, the hypothesis is that because it was found in the water, it was something that someone had tried to use to like a processing plant, like kind of those like water mill type things.
Okay.
So I think that it's something that could be used should we want to like reroute the spring or to maybe use the water for like power or something like that in the future.
So it's repairable.
Yeah, I think
okay,
I think it could be repairable. Yeah.
Broken kind of mill. Okay.
Broken mill stuff. Are we supposed to be drawing these things?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Go draw your fucking snail.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now to get your big snail.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
First hubris.
I made mistakes.
Apparently you didn't see my eyes.
No, I've seen your eyes. Don't worry. I just chose to ignore them. You big boom.
No, you gotta do freehand.
Just can't help himself.
Kid, no, you gotta do freehand, Druffy. Freehand? Unless you want to make a square.
I'm gonna make a circle.
Are you? Are you gonna?
I'm gonna fucking try.
Are you? I don't. Oh.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did though. But see, I am also gonna make a circle though, and it's gonna be over. That's a square. Hang on.
How'd you change it to a circle?
How'd you make it a circle?
I did the draw shape, and then I hit Alt.
Oh, well, that's the important step that I did not do.
I can't believe I have a Cintiq here and I can't fucking use it.
Right? So we're gonna do that.
This would look like a goddamn masterpiece.
We're gonna do that.
Roll 20 wasn't a fucking coward.
Right?
What are you doing as your action? So I mean, 'cause you can always draw on not your turn, Maria.
Yeah, that's true. I am.
Oh, project clocks are reduced by 1, so it's now 2 for the Watcher's Post, and the world clock clicks down.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys can take care of that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got it.
I got 1,000 dice here, but I won't remember.
That's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I am going to. The first one was make a discovery, right? Discover something?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to say, so I think that there were some hutch. I think there were some of the younger people here. They were off and they decided to go play a little bit in the forest, and nobody really goes in the forest. But I think they ran into the forest and came back with these strange with
these dead
zombie forest. No, I think they came back with these very strange rocks, these crystals that glowed by themselves. So there's some weird crystals out in the somewhere in the forest. These kids were like kids, so they're like, I don't know, by the tree or whatever. So weird crystals.
I'm sure that didn't
forest.
make anyone feel any easier about the fucking forest. By the way, I didn't name the forest yet. Can I name the forest?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I want to just call it I had a good name for it earlier. Can't remember what I wanted to do now. Something along the lines of like the boundary forest or the boundaries.
Okay. I like the boundaries.
I like
yeah, call it the boundaries.
Cool. Yeah. I'll do that for you. My
okay. Tom or Dave, who wants to go?
I will go just to make it because the roll 20 is the
that's that order. Sure.
Easy. Okay, so I just gotta pull a card, right?
Yep.
Okay, I got a King of Hearts.
The King of Hearts. I'll pull it up and you can read it. Right there. It's pretty fucking good.
Right there. Young boy starts digging in the ground to discover something unexpected. What is it? Or an old man confesses to a past crime and atrocities. Jeez, Hutch is
this game is pretty much like writing prompts, the game, and I really like this.
Like 1,000-year-old vampires.
Yeah,
by the way, Tom.
You absolutely would.
Young boy starts digging in the ground, discovers something unexpected. Okay, so I want to say this child, and we'll actually name this child because he makes a very important discovery. So his name will be
Rat.
What? Rat? No.
I forgot. Like I sound like Dave, so it might have sounded like Dave.
It 100% did actually, and I'm very glad you said it wasn't.
I want to say, we'll just call him Ran, R-A-H-N.
Wait, sorry, R-A-H-N?
Yeah, Ran.
Okay.
He finds the crystals that were mentioned earlier, and he actually starts to dig under them. And he starts to discover that what these crystals are growing out of are these strange dead bodies that don't look like... They look humanoid in shape, but they don't look like any sort of race that has been discovered before. Like, none of the races that anybody really knows. Like, they're not elves, they're not dwarves, they don't really know what they are. But, like, so there's something about this... The boundaries just gets a little bit more scary, I want to say, because everyone starts to call it now, it's not like, oh, it's a graveyard for whatever these things are and stuff. So Ran essentially...
in the graveyard.
Yeah. Ran essentially discovers that not only, like... That maybe these things were also the things that left the weird machine in the lake and stuff. Essentially, the scholars will later probably consider him the person who discovered something along the lines of a Forerunner race, but like, that's essentially what he finds.
Cool.
Now figure out how to draw that on the map, Dave.
I will do.
I did the magic crystals. You can just add on to the magic crystals.
The Skelly Man.
Okay, project clocks are reduced by 1. Okay.
We just have the one project.
So far. Yep.
Yeah.
I have a world clock too.
There he is.
Yeah.
And then what are my 3 actions I can
Your 3 options are either find a discovery, which could be anything. It could be an opportunity, a problem, or both. You hold a discussion, or you can start a project.
I want to say we start a project where we discover that the crystals actually give off some heat.
Oh, hell yeah.
So they want to see if they can find enough of them to like start warming things around here. But they only send like brave people out into the forest to do it. So they don't. So I want to say it's going to take a while is what I'm saying.
So like how long?
I want to say maybe 4 weeks. Not so long, because it's literally just like somebody could probably bring a basket with them or something like that.
So okay, is this project more for just gathering crystals or for the actual like research?
I guess gathering more so.
Okay.
They're gonna grab a whole bunch of them. They aren't sure what they're gonna do with them just yet.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because 4 weeks with our abundance of fear, that makes sense that it would take a little bit longer to just get them.
Yeah.
But also the scarcity of warmth. Like, you don't want to be out there for
it's like it's almost like they're slowly having to become more brave just because that's how the world works.
Sure.
Like if they don't become brave, they will die here. So
Sure. Cool. Tom.
Every blessing is disguised as a curse, almost.
Yeah.
I got a Joker of Hearts. Anybody pull that?
Jack, you stupid.
Joker of Hearts.
Joker, the heart.
It's not a thing. Read it.
You see a good omen, what is it? Or a bad omen, what is it? Well, I definitely saw our people definitely noticed that at night, since we started harvesting some, or kind of disturbing the unknown things graveyard, that at night there's been more activity in that area from the wild animals nearby. And it's a bad omen. They're howling at night. They don't seem to like our presence in that graveyard.
Cool.
So there's that. So
okay. Project clocks will reduce by 1.
Draw something that is gonna tell us about those bad noises.
I draw a wolf going like. Woo. We don't know if it's a wolf, by the way. But we know it's like howling and something's moving around, very angry.
It's a Mustafa wolf.
Yes, it does.
Watcher's Post ticks off.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Okay. And then I have more to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go first though, Dick. I think I technically go first. No, actually, you go first. Is that right?
He's got an action,
as
right?
As soon as they tick down, then you tell us.
Okay. Then I technically go first.
Resolves, and then you. Can
and then I decide.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think with what glass they have, they've created a kind of very makeshift, not amazing telescope in Watcher's Post, and there are about 5 or 6 people that have kind of been relegated to just be like, I think they're called the Endless Watchers, and they have a constant rotation, or one of them is always in that post watching. Just trying to figure out what's around.
So it was something that started as a way to potentially get more courageous to venture out, but has slowly become something that is perpetuated the fear that they have.
I think with the endless like bodies and stuff, I think they're like, you know what? I think we're just gonna watch harder.
Do you want to change your boobles to be a
No,
telescope? Maybe?
the boobles will stay.
The boobles must stay. Just add a telescope.
The boobles must stay.
The boobles will flow.
That was me. So Tom.
Oh, okay, you're drawing over it.
Oh, I was trying to.
That's not gonna work. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna. Here's the fill-in
Okay,
button.
so what are my options here?
Your options are to discover something, an opportunity, a problem, or a little bit of both. To hold a discussion, which is just talking, we all talk, or to, what was the last one? Or to start a project like we have, like me and Dave did.
I think I'm going to start a project, and since we're all so scared all the time, I think we're going to start sharpening some weapons. Whether it be like, spears or stuff we can grab from the forest nearby, or
arming.
I will say this group probably has some form, like they didn't come completely empty-handed, like whatever kind of swords and not a lot, but there is some armaments here. But gathering more armaments or creating like a regular armaments could be a good project.
Yeah, or maybe even making arrows and stuff so we have long range weapons. Yeah, maybe that's it. To help the Watcher's Post people. We can make bows and arrows and stuff out of the forest nearby.
Cool. So that is your project. Let's say.
How long is it gonna take?
I would say like 2 weeks. I don't think because it's just grabbing stuff from the forest.
Yeah, they're not starting from the snow.
Yeah.
Especially if you say we have swords and stuff to cut most of this stuff, we can do it.
Yeah, there's not like swords are not the ideal cut. Like we don't have a lot, but enough to get by. I would say.
I'm sure they ventured out here with axes and stuff to be able to take down trees if they're gonna start settling shit. They didn't just show up complete. It's not rust.
Yeah.
Naked.
Who's next?
You're writing all that down?
I think it's back to...
It's back to me?
Sorry?
That's fucking not what I was trying to do this. Hold on.
I believe in you and all of your abilities. All of them.
I'll draw a little bow and arrow.
Hutch has been a real letdown so far. Constantly talking about bananas.
My telescope, because that's all I fucking got. All right. I will draw. I have the 10. The 10. There's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they, and what sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps to unify your community?
Turns out the people that have been buried in the forest are really upset that we keep digging up their bones.
That might be a good one.
It's just on the other side of the forest.
It's just on the other side of the forest.
They would not be that close. That would be ridiculous.
The middle ground between the forest and them is the graveyard.
I will say I will do the other community one, but they are not that close. They use the forest. They may have used the forest as a like burying ground, but they are closer. They are actually built into the mountain, like more than halfway down. So they are quite a distance from us. They climb up and bury the bodies as kind of a reverence.
So they're friends' bodies.
What?
They are the bodies that we found in the forest? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that sounds like that could be interesting.
Ooh.
But they are kind of built into the mountainside, over halfway down. What sets them apart from you is that they are completely different race. They are what are the closest, I think, reference would be they are like ice dryads. They are like humanoid ice elementals. So they have skin, but more like frost and ice-like features.
Crystals?
By the way,
yeah,
bum, bum,
yes.
Bum.
Are we a specific race?
No, no. That's why we have a snail man with us.
Okay, I was because you said they're an opposite race of us, but.
Well, Dave said it was one we've never seen before, so that means in our world, whatever branch of like ice elemental people these have not been seen before.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a new.
But most other races do. Like anything else you guys imagine that we don't create in here could exist. Like if you want to be a frog time, you could do that in the game. But in this world now, these frost peep dryads had not been known. And so what sets them apart is their like lack of contact with the outside world and their anatomy. So what sets them apart.
Hell yeah! Draw some crystal people.
I will draw some crystal people. Project dice go down. Tom is at 1, the crystals are at 2. And I will choose from my action.
Choose your action.
I think we don't have a town hall. There are not many structures in this place currently. You know, whatever kind of tents and makeshift shacks we could make. So when the community needs to come together, they just call it a bonfire meeting. And it's just around like the central bonfire, like a whatever pyre we have come and created in town. Wow. So that's where our discussion is going to take place. I think, being the only character created him, but Hutch is going to come up first. Well, now these we have. I know there are some maybe unsavory or unknown creatures on the other side of this mountain, and I'm just wondering, do we think we want to maybe make trade with these folks and try to share resources, or are we going to try to build up our defenses and keep this mountain oasis to ourselves?
I think we should try to talk to them.
I'm all for sharing all of our plentiful bounty with all the other folk around here.
You lie, we have no plentiful bounty, which is why we need to talk to them.
The oldest person in the entire village.
We got so much water.
Dump.
We could give them all of our water.
I think we should stop robbing their graves before we...
Just leave it at that. I think that's just that one sentence.
Before we do anything, we should probably
maybe we can ask them what the crystals are.
Try not to talk twice, Dave. It's specifically designed to everyone only says one thing. And I end with a statement because I started.
Did you ask a question though?
I did ask a question. My question is what we should do. That's what I brought. So if I made a statement of we should do this, I would not say anything else, but because I asked the question, that's why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
So Hutch's last statement is, Well, I mean, I would not be opposed to maybe seeing what these folk maybe have to offer, but keep in mind we are on this place alone for a reason.
Oh.
That's it. And that's it. That's it for my turn.
Yay! It's me.
Did you draw people living on the mountain, by the way?
I am. Well, I should probably draw them some. I'm going to draw them like on the opposite side of the boundary, just so we know where they're far away. But
I got the ace of the heart. I think. Hang on. Let me see if I have the quiet ear, because then you don't have to keep opening it up for me.
it's right. I mean, I have it. It's right here. I'm just flipping back and forth.
But your drawing time.
Okay.
Drawing.
I mean, I have 3 turns. I'm okay.
What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or it's the one snail is the highest status.
Man, I can't wait to play Mayor Hutch when we start this campaign.
Are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common? I think that the Endless Watchers actually are the highest status.
Both
so
literally
far.
and figuratively.
Well, both literally and figuratively. But I think because literally they are so far in the community, they are what stand between what is out there and knowing what is out there and what can be here. I think that they are the most, like, they're the big...
It's got an emo haircut.
It's ice crystals.
It's
okay.
very good. It's very
It's
good.
very good.
It's very. I like their emo haircut.
They all have it.
It's like an ice. It's like an icicle.
We come from the My Chemical Romance tribe.
We will not be filthy with the used.
I think that the Endless Watchers are like the society, the new societal structure that everyone's like, oh, hey, you actually can see a lot of things and don't have to go close to them in order to see them. That's really cool. But I do think that because like you said, there was like what, 6?
I said there's 6 that are just constantly switching shifts. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's an exceptionally exclusive.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh damn!
Like,
I like this.
Yeah.
This is a good angle.
Maybe they see things they don't want to tell everybody about.
Correct. Yeah, I think it's super.
They're
I
liars.
definitely think it's like a you know, what aren't they telling us? You know, and I think a lot of it is just rumor of like, you know, people in the town saying, but what if they're keeping secrets from us? And whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
What if they're making shit up also?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't go in the forest.
Yeah.
There's a fucking dragon in there.
It's fucking bad. It's bad.
Yeah, I like that. Cool.
Maybe the wolves are made up.
Wolves are
Cool.
very real.
Project clocks reduced by 1. So the new projectile weapons and arming the Watchers has come to fruition. What does that look like, Tom?
Well, it looks like that. So now the Watchers, the Magnificent Six, as they're called, all have these great longbows, and you know, they can see where everything in the woods and up the mountain and everything like that, and they can also basically shoot anything that comes close.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Which makes them powerful.
Gave them more power.
They can shoot anything they want, like us.
Like,
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. And then Maria?
I want to start a new project.
Which what?
I want to fix the weird water wheel.
Awesome.
To give us a source of power. So
How long do you think it's gonna take?
Oh God, for forever, 5 weeks at least.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Cool. I dig it.
Fix the Borken
fix the Borken
machine.
Dave.
I got a 4. Did it
Fantastic.
yet?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we gotta be getting close to.
Yeah, we're close. Yeah.
What important
halfway.
and basic tools does the community lack, or where are you storing your food, and why is this a risky place to store food? In the forest. No, I'm just kidding. In the
Under
pond.
the graves.
Under the bones.
I want to say, what important and basic tools does the community lack?
Yeah.
The community lacks. Let's say. I want to say by this point they've probably made themselves some basic lodging, but nothing really great. So they definitely need stronger defenses as far as where their living goes, like their houses.
Like permanent lodging.
Yeah,
like
more permanent lodging. More,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and even just defenses around, like just defenses.
Yeah.
An animal could run into their camp right now and really wreck shit up. Like they haven't done a great job of that. They just made bows. They got some crystals, but they didn't
Six people have bows.
Yeah.
And they don't work at the same time either. So basically 1 or 2 people at the same time have a bow.
We didn't really think this through.
Yeah, so I want to say defenses.
I want to add a little bit more flavor text about the bow thing.
Yeah.
The bows also mark them as people in the society if they're walking around not on shift.
You
know that an Endless Watcher is the guy with one of the big cool bows.
Yeah, it's a very ornate bow, I want to say.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Might be even magical. You can always add that later.
Hutch made it.
He's a master worksman.
With his arms.
With these. All right, projects. The collect crystals finishes, Dave. What happens?
Okay, I want to say crystal collection slowed down when we figured out that they were the graves of people who lived nearby. We still didn't give them back or anything. We kind of hoarded them somewhere inside of the Watcher's post. And I want to say we did notice that the crystals are not necessarily growing out of the bodies. When we, like, after kind of, like, just being around them long enough, we figured out, like, a little bit more of how they work and everything like that. So they're not growing out of the bodies. It's more like something that was found somewhere that the Ice Dryads use as a tombstone. So, but what that means is that we will be able to somehow find them and get them in a less, like, I guess you could say, bad way. Yeah, like less of a grave robber way. But I want to say that they have mysterious properties that we don't fully understand, and putting a lot of them in a room seems to warm the room up, but it also seems to like if you put too many together, bad things start to happen. But there's mysteries to figure out about them.
Yeah, so we now have a good amount of these crystals to like start working with when we want to start researching and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Give us a pile of crystals, Dave, or whatever.
Put a pile of crystals. Well, so what's the next thing I have to do again?
That was Project Fox Drew. So now you pick another thing to do. You can either start a project, hold a discussion, or find something.
I want to hold a discussion.
And remember, if you start with a question, you will you say a question, then you go around and then you finish. Or if you make a statement, then that's it.
Okay. I want to start with a question. I want to say this is. Do I have to make an NPC or
you don't have to. Wait, you don't have to make an NPC. I mean, also you can do a voice or not do a voice. It's up to you.
I think this would be a cool thing to do. This is a conversation between the Endless Watchers, and one of them asks, "We need more of these crystals so that we can, power our new settlement and everything like that. How do you think we should go about finding them? Because the current way might not be the best."
We turn the telescope at the mountain instead of the forest.
You don't think we fucking did that? No, just kidding.
No, we keep it on the forest.
Well, there's only one window in this.
We don't. I mean, they fucking died. Like, what is the issue here? They're dead. They're just crystals.
Oh,
ruthless.
Yeah.
I think if we want more, and some members of the community have stated that they are willing to parlay with these other people, that could be a route, an avenue we take. We don't have much to offer currently, but we could try to discuss with them, maybe offer some sort of trade.
I guess to pose another question for another round. So
there's not we don't do two routes. You just gotta make a statement.
How it works.
Yeah, you just
I have to make a statement now.
Make a closing statement. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think it would be best to find out how the Dryads, or find out where the Dryads are getting the crystals. Full stop.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a good way.
It's kind of open to interpretation of how we want to do that. But...
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what do I do?
That's it. That's the end of your turn.
Should I put like a question mark near the crystals?
Yeah, I like that.
Where though? Okay.
Now it's my turn, I believe. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody get a Queen of Hearts?
Nope.
Let's do it.
Queen of Hearts. There it is.
What is the most beautiful thing in this area, or what is the most hideous thing in this area? Well, the most beautiful thing is Hutch.
Of course.
No, I'm gonna say the way the waterfall comes off the mountain and trickles into our valley every morning, the way the light hits it just right, and the icy steam kind of envelops over the forest and over the horizon and everything, and sometimes the clouds look like they're just kind of enveloping the whole mountainside, so you can't even see all the way down. So the watcher can't see shit in the morning. Where that's coming from.
Is there so you're saying like a steam kind of rises from the base of the mountain every morning?
Yeah, it's just kind of it's the ice and water kind of turning into ice a little bit into a misty kind of thing as it falls.
Did we name this?
Its effect?
Yeah, like the phenomenon. Every morning, like, you know how it's like red skies at night is sailor's delight. Not necessarily a saying, but like, is there like?
If you got one, I'd hear it.
Well, what's the name? It's Allora.
Yeah. Allora, yeah.
It's Allora's sigh. That could be.
Oh
cool.
yeah, there you go.
It's, yeah, for the audience, Allora. Allora. That's how you spell her name.
Not
nice.
that
Technically,
we have one.
Yeah, technically Wanderer Allora.
Nice.
Or what about the sigh of the Wanderer?
I like that too.
That's way cooler.
That a lot. I'll put the projects lower so that we can have all this beautiful sigh.
So the one project we still have is the Broken Machine, which takes down.
Broken Machine.
Well,
yes.
I got more to do, right? That was just my.
Yeah. Well, that happens in the middle of your turn.
Oh, okay.
It's and the world clock ticks down once more, and finishes as we are going to introduce Chris's contribution a little late, but still going to happen. As we continue through this community and are settling in as the weeks of spring go by, apparently they may have been in hibernation in the mountain, in the snow, maybe even parts of the forest. But we soon find our settlement nearly overrun with an abundance of Arctic rats, chipmunks, and squirrels.
They were in the forest.
What in the Disney princess hell is going on?
They are like almost imagine albino-esque, but with piercing blue eyes, and these things are just running buck wild all over our settlement.
What was it? I'll draw them. Making bad noises in the boundaries?
I don't know, but that is the world event contributed by Chris.
Wow.
Now
I'll draw it.
And then Tom, you finish your turn.
What? I'm sorry. What are my options again?
You can either hold a discussion, make a discovery, or start a project.
Oh my god! What a terrifying squirrel.
Squirrel. Okay, let's see. It's funny because I had one. I do think we should start building like real houses.
Okay, that's fair.
I kind of should have done that instead of hold the discussion about the crystals bullshit.
No, holding discussions is still good. It adds to the world and adds to the characters. I like that.
So I would say we're gonna build houses for everybody.
Okay.
Gonna build houses for everybody.
That's gonna take the full. Is it 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What materials are we using for these houses?
Wood from the forest, and then to heat them, we're gonna use whatever crystals we kept.
Sure.
So, like,
well, I don't think we gave any back.
No,
I think we just
exactly. I'm gonna draw a few of these because we're gonna make a few of these.
And then it's back to me.
Yay.
All right. I have pulled my card. My card is a 2. There's a large body of water on the map. Where is it, and what does it look like?
I don't know. It could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere.
Or there is a giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it, and why is it abandoned?
Like a giant man or a giant
man-made structure?
Put it on the top of the mountain.
Let me double check what it said. Where is it, and why is it abandoned?
I mean, put it wherever your heart desires.
Oh,
my heart is
at the literal peak of the map.
Near the top, but not quite at the peak of the mountain, but like right around. Let me find that color. Right here. somewhat close to the opening to the peak of the mouth of the river, there is a hole, and there is a like a rock and brick, just like looks like a well that just leads downward. There is no handholds, there is no rope leading down. There is just a man-made hole that leads into the mountain.
How awful.
And the reason it's abandoned is because whoever lives here, I mean, apparently maybe people lived here before, maybe the ice dryads, but this place has been long abandoned. So that's why it was abandoned.
I want to say the water wheel and the hole look similar, but they don't look anything like the ice dryads have made. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool, yeah. Is the whole, so is it something that has like man-made structure to it, like?
Oh, it's like brick. It's
it
is made. Yeah, it is made with brick. So it is a.
But this is a fantasy world, so it's a naturally occurring brick.
Yeah, it is. It just goes down to a point where we can't see. It's not lit. There is no, like I said, no rope. It's just it is stone. It is brick and stone, and just goes down.
That is terrifying.
But then you remember, brick grows on trees, not on rock.
In this world, unknown well is what we'll call it.
Bad well, bad hole.
A very bad well. And that is my card. Project clocks tick down. House at 5, I think.
We're all
House is at 5. The Fix the Bork and Maheen is at 2.
I think the project that starts is, I think based on what I had a different project, but I'll do this one for now. The project that starts is based on what the community wants and kind of the guidance of the Endless Watchers. It is decided that someone will be appointed, or a group of people will be appointed diplomat to try to talk to the Ice Dryads, either to get crystals or to converse with them, like about trade and stuff. But I think that is what the community generally, except for maybe Hutch and one other, kind of decided. And I think the Endless Watchers maybe don't care if this person comes back, but someone is appointed. The project is going to be to find either a diplomat or like a small diplomatic group that will go and talk to the Ice Dryads.
Is it like a volunteer thing? I guess it doesn't have to be that simple.
No, I don't think it is. I think they're going to okay, this person's actually good at like conversing, talking, or these two people, like one might be strong enough if things go wrong, and one person is, does the good talk. But I think it'll be more maybe someone can volunteer, but I think the community will have a say in it.
Like Moses and Aaron walking into Pharaoh's palace.
So I think my project will be figuring out figuring out diplomatics, and that will be. I don't think it's super long. I think it's 2 weeks because it's not like we're not. It's just figuring. So it's
we have to wait for an election season.
Yeah, no.
In 2 more years,
we gotta make commercials.
So 2 weeks for figuring out diplomatics.
Don't vote for Rob Nard, the bitch. He's a bitch.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Hey, y'all. We did 4 already, right?
We did 4 already, yeah.
Yes.
Did we do 3?
We did not do 3.
Oh.
Looks like our diplomat just arrived.
Or 2 of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them?
Ooh, it could be Ron and someone else.
Ooh. I think I like that one. So I think I do think it was Ron. And I think one that's a little bit older. But Ron kicks the shit out of this other kid.
Hell yeah.
To the point where they need to be they're not in a coma, but they're really, really, really badly hurt. And this other kid keeps going on and on about how weird Ron's eyes looked.
Uh-oh.
There was a weird, literal glow in Ron's eyes. And Ron doesn't remember anything about the fight at all.
Okay.
I should probably draw Ron, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
It's real bad here. This is a bad place we've decided to make our new house.
Okay.
This is why kids don't touch crystals. Maybe. Or maybe is it?
Yeah. It's almost like desecrating a graveyard was really bad for the mojo.
Not a good idea. Okay, the water wheel's at 1, diplomats is 1, and building houses is 4.
That's me. Then,
what is
right?
your? What?
Well,
Murray has to take an action.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What do I want to do? I want. Let's see. I want to.
This is Ron, by the way.
Oh, I love him.
Hell yeah.
Love him. I want to.
Oh, Ty, you gotta press enter on the diplomats, but
Oh.
it hasn't shown up on everybody's screen.
Oh no, you don't do enter. You just click.
I click out of it. I also did click out of it.
Do it for Ron too. Do it
for Ron. Hashtag do it for Ron.
I am going to discover something.
What are you going to discover?
It's bad.
Oh no.
It's bad. I think a couple people have been going up and exploring the well area. And every time someone goes up to see the well, or people I should say, it's never one person because they're so scared of everything. There's a strange echoing sound that comes through the well. And every time that people have gone up to the well, it's gotten louder. Like, it was imperceptible at first, and then it's slowly but surely gotten louder every time someone goes up there. And they have no idea what it is.
That's terrible.
It's just a bad omen.
It's just a bad fucking well.
Bad well. We're just
Dave?
gonna do some, red lines of, this is bad. Now it's a flower.
Now it's a flower. I got 5. Did we already do 5?
We did not.
Show me. Let's see. There's a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what?
Don't break my wheel. Don't do it.
It's not even fully fixed yet.
But that is something you could do in this game.
You
not out of mouse, but it does help. Yeah. It does change the story.
Yeah. I do want to say there's a disquieting legend about this place, and I want to say it's some of the kids heard the dryads, found out about a dryad legend, based on some carvings they found in the woods. I want to say because I don't know if we know each other's language, but based on drawings they found in the woods made by the dryads, they discovered some sort of legend about the reason that they bury their dead in this forest and bury them with these crystals that give off these heat is that it keeps something away from it brings essentially it keeps something away from them that they don't want coming towards them, like some sort of mysterious monstrous creature.
Okay.
And the crystals in this forest kind of keep the monster at bay.
Okay.
Almost as if to say, perhaps, potentially, there is something like a big monster buried or slumbering or hibernating in this forest, and the crystals keep it hibernating.
Alright, cool. And then the clocks tick down, so we have 2 projects finishing this week, both the wheel and diplomats figured out. Marie, you can go first. Yours has been around longer.
My Maheen is fixed. Okay. So, they do it, and it's cool. Oh no, all of my machines, my Mahine. So I think that who's flying? Wait.
This is the drawing. I was just gonna, as if they found it in the forest.
Awesome. I think they put the wheel, they make a building attached to the wheel, and What do they call this? That's
a mill.
the mill.
Yeah.
No, I think what it does is they collected all those crystals to help with the warmth situation, and then after realizing maybe not, because we shouldn't fuck around with people's dead body stuff. I think that this is now powering a source of warmth that, or rather, is going to is helping to, like, I don't know. Maybe it is. Well, they just built it. It's just built. Like, they haven't, like, figured out how to best utilize it. Maybe there's some discussions about, like, charging up the crystals that they have for warmth, or, like, there's talks, I think, about how to, like, they fixed the thing. They fixed the damn thing. It works. Wow, the wheel moves and things can happen. But I think
awesome.
there's a lot of talk now of, like, how can we use this
specifically
to help with, like, warmth or whatever, maybe. But
I love how giant the chipmunk is in relation to the houses.
so big.
It's actually horrifying.
That's how big of a problem it is.
It's a big problem. And then mine finished as well. It was decided, I think, that one of the, I think it was volunteer, but also I think kind of chosen. There is a woman in town named Delia in her kind of probably late 20s, who's kind of decided as being a very even keel person, kind of friendly, able to talk well, who's kind of decided to be the diplomat, but only on the condition that her brother Oren went with her too. So it is a pair of siblings that have been chosen to be the diplomats to the Dryad race.
Are they twins?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? I wasn't planning for them to be, but if you want to, sure. No, I'll have Oren be younger. Oren's a slightly younger brother, like 2 years. That's the end of that project.
How old are these siblings?
Like I said, late 20s.
Oh, you did say that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Whoops.
It's my action stage, right?
What'd you say?
It's my action thing now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I want to say we got these new diplomats, and we need to talk to the Dryads, especially after this alarming news of this drawing they found that looks like they may have fucked something up in the forest. So I want to say we send the siblings out to go talk to the Dryads.
How long's that gonna take?
I want to say maybe because I want to say they want to go there and they want to try to live with them for a while. So not necessarily just like show up and immediately start making demands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like kind of introduce themselves to the society. So I want to say 4 weeks.
Okay.
Because they're not that far away. I want to say it takes maybe a day to get to them, if that. So then the next, like, 3 weeks and 6 days is just them living.
Yeah, I would say it's about a full day of travel. We were not encroaching on the land of the Ice Dryads. It's just these people also live on the same island. This is not a town place they populate. We are not colonizing some place they live. It's just we are in the same island as them.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, jeez. I just realized that the noise in the well could be whatever lives in
it. Yeah, I thought about that,
huh? We're fucking up.
Draw it down. Yeah.
All right. Man, it's getting interesting. Okay, I drew a 4. Did we do that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
Okay, so 4 is done.
4.
King.
We
did that one.
Did.
Okay.
Yep.
2.
Yes, I did that one.
Yeah, you did that one. Ace.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep, did that one. 3. I think we did that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
9.
Nope.
A new one.
Ooh, finally.
Sounds good. Read it.
A charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her endeavors and start a project to reflect? Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity. Why does she do this, and how does the community respond? Need a minute.
Well, Salem witch trials happened.
I know, pretty much, yeah. It's basically that.
What's the name of our town? Oh, yeah, it's Allora's Peak.
Allora's Peak, yeah. Oh, I will tell you something, and this will come up more in the future. So when something happens like this, where it's start a project to reflect, it does not count towards your action, and the dice will not go down. So, like, let's say Tom did, a endeavor, and we started a project. That wouldn't tick down next, and Tom could still chart another project afterward.
Okay, I got one. So, a young girl named Fleur is very interested in the well. What's up? Should I say which version I did?
I just like that. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Her name is Fleur, and she's very interested in the well at the top of the hill. She's one of the only people that isn't scared of it. She sees it as like a scientific endeavor. And so she's trying to convince a group of boys in the town to help her like spelunk into it by tying a bunch of the glowing stones to her like harness and then lowering her into the well to see how deep it goes. So the project would be her spelunking into the scary well.
How long is that going to take?
It's going to take just 1 week because it's it's going to be quick.
Yeah.
So 1 week. And she's doing this kind of in secret. Like, she doesn't want the elders getting involved because they tell her not to. We don't know this is happening.
Call this project The Descent.
The Descent. Then the movie The Descent plays out. Exactly.
Amazing.
Fleur. I'll draw Fleur.
I like that a lot. The build houses ticks down to 3, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
And then the expedition ticks down to 3. And then the descent is not this time. And Tom, you get an action.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. Remind me again.
It's either you can make a discovery, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Okay. Okay. We make a discovery. The Endless Watchers and anybody who's been near the graveyard in the forest happens to notice that there's several holes where some of the bodies we haven't excavated are like we haven't touched these bodies, but there's now a deep hole there.
I hate it. I hate it. This is gonna be like
very terrible.
Yeah, it's filled in. It's filled in with earth and stuff, like as if something ripped downward. But
like a gopher eating a carrot.
Yeah, kind of that. Yeah.
No.
So it's not like a hole we can explore. It's just like, oh, they're gone and something went down.
This is an anglerfish situation.
Fantastic.
I hate it.
I'm glad we were all right in our fears to stay away from the fucking forest.
Right?
Yeah, the boundary. And this is the last turn of spring. Spring's gonna end right here. 7. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or what natural predators roam this area? Are you safe?
The answer is no.
Okay, let's see. I think...
Choose wisely.
Yeah, I choose very wisely. I think... Yeah, I think after... So it's been now a couple weeks since they showed up. But since the kind of Arctic rodents have appeared, weeks later, the natural predators that hunt them have shown up in this area. They are...
Somebody did.
They are, like, slightly smaller than horse-sized wolves, with just kind of this deep, like, navy fur. And, like, almost more like talons than claws. And we are not safe. We are not safe at all.
Things are bad.
We are very unsafe.
Probably should have built houses as like the first fucking thing we ever did.
We still have 3 weeks on that shit.
About to be 2. Gonna be too soon. I don't know what these things are gonna be called yet. But we are not safe. But we are not safe, but we are also not their first priority are these Arctic rodents that they are just gobbling up left and right.
Good thing we've stockpiled those.
Yeah, but they are coming into. I mean, they're obviously coming into our like camp and stuff, and like the Endless Watchers are doing what they can, but not a lot. And that's it. That's my turn. The clocks tick down for 1, so the descent succeeds. Tom, what happens?
Also draw us those fucking good wolves, Ty.
I will draw you the good wolves.
The best wolves.
Sorry, I'm chewing up some Oreos. Give me just a second.
The houses are at 2. The houses are getting close.
We need those houses, though. The wolves, they be abundant. The wolves are among us.
The wolves among us.
The boys pull the rope up and there's nothing on the other end.
Fuck,
Oh no!
I was gonna say that.
No.
Oh, no.
How very terrible. Okay.
I didn't say she was dead, but
Yeah, no, it's
definitely not on the
terrible.
other
I mean, it's not good. It's not a good outcome.
She's not on the other end of the rope.
It belongs to the mountain now.
We're gonna
The
put
project finishes,
big
it
ol'-
doesn't have to be, like, good.
Yeah, no, it's good that it isn't. Yeah, I like the question mark. I'm gonna go with. So I think we like we've created weaponry. We have, we're creating the houses to try to, avoid the wolves. So I think the community is finally going to address the one scarcity we haven't discussed yet, and that is relaxation.
How do you vibe?
I think, yeah, we vibe. I think the community is going to take some time to figure out, like, obviously,
hut.
That's what the wheelhouse is for now?
we're going to spend 6 weeks just researching a masturbation hut.
It becomes so normal that in the present day, it's just like, oh yes, your house is a really nice masturbation hut. It's as common as a bathroom.
I think we're going to take 3 weeks to kind of, to feel out vibes of, like, what can we do to create something like what can we do to relax in this?
I'm glad that you're thinking about.
The actual mountain is trying to kill us.
Everything is bad.
There's wolves in town. The giant monster lives under the forest.
We relax.
The girl goes missing. Crystal's giving people weird glowing eyes. How do we figure out how to relax?
I thought we chill for a minute.
Y'all, I just want to share that I shared this picture in a different Discord, and someone literally was just said enhanced squirrel. Made it big.
And that's, I mean, we can do a little bit more of summer if you guys want. Otherwise, that finishes our first season. It's up to you guys.
I'm okay to keep going if you guys
I'm
want.
going to do another season.
I'll do a little bit more of
Let's change the music though.
Yeah, we will.
Because
We'll
now
change
it's a
some
new
music.
season.
Let's do summer.
Are we doing diamonds?
Yeah.
We're doing diamonds?
No, yes, diamonds, sorry.
Diamonds, they're
Diamonds.
a girl's best friend, some say.